The Elmwood Village Association is bringing a new art festival to the Queen City after directors of the Elmwood Avenue Festival of the Arts say they will not be continuing it this year.
Joining us now to talk all about it is Therese Deutschlander, the president of the board of directors for the Elmwood Village Association. Therese, thank you so much for being here this afternoon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
So this festival is brand new.
Yep.
Tell us all about it.
So yes, this is a brand new festival. The mission and guidelines of the Elmwood Village Association are actually quite similar to that of the original festival. And so we had a conversation with them and said, guys, what you did is absolutely amazing. It was 24 years. You've built this legacy. We want to continue to support the local artists, to bring local artists to the community, to pair up the businesses, to have events for kids. What can we do? And they said, yes, your missions are the same. Create an entirely different festival and new festival, not entirely different. And, by all means, because it carries on with their mission. And so we're just thrilled that the Elmwood Village Association is able to continue on with a new festival that honors what they created. And so we're bringing local artists to the area still. We're promoting the community. We're promoting the businesses. Again, we'll have things for kids still. We'll have some same elements. So like there still will be food. There still will be music. There still will be, beer, of course, things that make Buffalo, Buffalo. But we are going to put an Elmwood Village spin on it. And again, this is year one. What they did, that was 24 years in the making, and it was unbelievable. And so this is going to be, we want to manage expectations and say we're not closing the street. We're not going to have a huge stage that takes up the entire street. We need to start small. We're starting it. We're kind of bringing it back to grassroots. Ultimately, of course, we hope to grow it. I mean, anything you start, you hope to grow. But we're just so excited that we can still do something in a scaled back version that honors what they created, but also ties in the Elmwood Village Association mission.
For decades, this has been a very popular event. The prior event,
yes,
we'll just say it plainly, shut down the street. Tens of thousands of people would make their way through the village. It was always just a really great part of the summer here in Western New York. So it was very popular, and I think a lot of people want to know what exactly happened here. Are you able to talk about what happened with the prior group, why they decided to step away? Was it just not profitable? What was it about this that caused this shakeup this late in the game?
I can't speak to why it was this late in the game other than it was a very difficult decision for them to make. This is 24 years in the making. They built this up. This is their baby for 24 years. This was not an easy decision for them. But everything is changing. The cost of everything is expensive. The dynamic of Elmwood is very different than it was 24 years ago. And so I know that they have a close relationship with all of the vendors, with all their volunteers. They have this wonderful, amazing network. So I guarantee this was not an easy decision, which I'm sure played a part in the timeline of it. But I can't speak to whether or not it was profitable. That's all their information. I know that it wasn't an easy or a light decision, but it was just time. And it was 24 years. It just was time, and they did so amazing. And COVID, of course, changed the landscape of everything. And I think leave it on a high note. They were approached by people that wanted to take over and do things, and none of it was altruistic. None of it carried on with their mission. But the EVA, this is our mission, and we will respect them and what they did while endeavoring to create something new.
So what are the logistics of this brand new festival?
So it's going to be the same weekend, so it's still the last weekend of August, but it's going to be, so the Elmwood Village, true Elmwood Village, is from Forest Avenue until summer. And so we are going to open it up to we're sort of viewing it like we do Porch Fest. So Porch Fest, everybody loves that just as much. So for Porch Fest, we do a sign up and, hey, I've got a porch. Hey, I've got a band. Great, here you go. And we pair people up. And so we're doing something similar to that. Again, this is just nascent stages. We're still very much in the planning phase of it. But so we're not closing the street, certainly not for this year, because that's 4 months out. We do not have time for that.
And very, very quickly, too, because you mentioned Porch Fest, you also have something coming up to benefit Porch Fest
and for the concert series. Yes,
okay.
And that's another reason why we can't do it in full breath, because we already have a full plate with the Elmwood Village Association. So we have an event coming up at the end of April 28th, and that's a fundraiser to keep our concert series and our Porch Fest free, because that was another mission of the original organizers, to keep this a free event. And that's what we want to do. But we're a nonprofit, and I think people are now starting to realize if you want nonprofits to stay around, you need to support them, buy memberships or come to their fundraising events, such as ours on April 28th. And at the event on April 28th, we're happy to talk to anybody that wants to listen about our plans for the festival.
Excellent.
But we are still going to have music at the new festival, but it'll be either at specific businesses or perhaps it'll be in Bidwell. So we're looking at a bigger footprint for this, because that's the true Elmwood Village. This is an Elmwood Village Art Festival. Theirs was an Elmwood Avenue Art Festival, and so it's going to be bigger than that. Again, not on the street. All the details we can be talking about at the April 28th event.
A lot of details still to be coming out. Looks like you guys are well on your way to having another fantastic event. Best of luck with the endeavors there, and we'll probably have you guys back to talk about it as we get closer to what I'm sure is going to be a successful event there in the village.
Yes, thank you.
So
Thanks
much
for being here.
Yeah,
Therese.
of course. Thank you.